and thanks for joining us for the Midday News. A dawn raid by an active community policing unit in Ward 4 of Miss Village in Medang's North Ambanob LLG resulted in the confiscation of cannabis with a street value of at least 100,000 kina. Two suspects, including the person to whom the drugs allegedly belonged to, escaped when they saw members of the CPU approach the house they were occupying. The community policing unit have impounded all the drugs stored inside the house. Police officer in charge of community policing units in Midday, Senior Sergeant Nelson Mape, said the prime suspect is Donny Gawi of East Sepik. Mape alleged that Gawi was residing with a local in Miss Village and conducting his illegal activities. The University of Papua New Guinea School of Humanities and Social Sciences hosted a seminar on the repatriation of ancestral human remains from the University of Sydney to Midday Province communities. The event featured speakers including Dr. Jude Philip and Nikolai Maclay with a welcome address by Professor Leo Marai. This seminar follows the recent return of 16 ancestral remains to descendant communities in Bongo, Gorendu and Bilibi. The remains were originally collected in the late 19th century by the Russian anthropologist Nikolai Maclay. The University of Sydney has maintained a policy since 1992 to repatriate ancestral remains and significant cultural objects, working collaboratively with relevant Indigenous governance and custodial groups to ensure respectful and dignified returns.
In Central Province area, he came here too, Vanuatu, New Caledonia, from his travels. For an anthropologist like myself, I have known about Bongu village before I knew about the geography of where it was properly, because he's one of the early anthropologists and natural history workers, and our museum is also engaged in natural history.
More than 50,000 people in South Bougainville will soon benefit from improved health services. Following a groundbreaking ceremony for the new Buin District Hospital earlier this week, the event was also an important opportunity to celebrate Australia's continued friendship with the people of Bougainville. Australia was delighted to provide a 76 million kina grant to develop the new Buin District Hospital. When complete, the district hospital will be able to provide the following services: general outpatient, accident and emergency, maternal and child health, dental and surgical services, medical imaging and physiotherapy services. It also will include a family support center, a mortuary and other facilities. The hospital will also support Solomon Islanders living on the Shortland Islands who often travel to Buin for medical services given its proximity. The Tourism Promotion Authority, in partnership with the Papua New Guinea Tourism Industry Association, has officially announced the National Tourism Conference 2025 set for April 9th to the 10th. The event aims to bring together key industry players, experts and decision makers to drive sustainable growth and innovation in the tourism sector. TPA, in collaboration with the PNG Tourism Industry Association, has announced the inaugural National Tourism Conference, scheduled for April 9th to the 10th at the APEC House in Port Moresby. This event will coincide with the nation's 50th independence anniversary, offering a platform to reflect on the tourism sector's journey since 1975 and to strategize for the next 5 decades. A major highlight of the announcement was the platinum sponsorship of 250,000 kina from the Mineral Resources Development Company, or MRDC, reaffirming its commitment to tourism and economic diversification.
I view this conference also as an opportunity for us to begin thinking differently and more radically about how we can elevate tourism to be a top performing sector in Papua New Guinea, just like the rest of the economic industries.
We've decided to partner with TPA and to promote that as a sector to be reckoned and a sector to transform this country besides agriculture and all this.
The conference will include discussions on sustainable tourism development, destination marketing, cultural preservation, and infrastructure growth. The team heading investigations into the East New Britain palm oil yesterday submitted the final inquiry report to the Minister for International Trade and Investment, Richard Maru. Maru commended the team led by Chairman David Mather and Deputy Chairman Waisi, who completed the investigation and finalized the report. The National Executive Council in 2024 approved the investigation team to investigate the East New Britain POL dealings and business conduct towards the local oil palm growers in the Gazelle Peninsula, East New Britain. This followed numerous complaints from the oil palm farmers. Turning abroad, severe tropical Cyclone Alfred is now a Category 4, but is still well off the coast of Mackay and Rockhampton in the Coral Sea. The Australian Weather Bureau says it is too early to say if it will track closer to the mainland. But as a precaution, some islands have been evacuated, with gale force winds expected to impact over the weekend.
Say I do, just in the nick of time, tying the knot on Great Keppel Island, then told to flee.
Everyone else is gone, we're just the last one still there.
Cocktail sunsets, a distant memory.
On the way out though, a few of the main beaches have been washed out already, so yeah, it's already beginning.
Tourists and island workers were all ferried off as the weather started to turn.
We're still going to get a fair bit of high wind and swell. So we made the call about midday yesterday that we're going to cease all ferry operations until at least Monday.
Yeah, I think they just took the best option, I guess, and everyone's safe now.
It was quite intense walking down to the beach and being like, oh, this isn't that great right now.
In the harbour on the mainland, boaties are also taking precautions.
We've secured our vessels and also done preparation around our yard. With any event like this, it's unpredictable.
Severe tropical cyclone Alfred is slowly spinning around 830 kilometres northeast of Rockhampton, with wind gusts of up to 230 kilometres an hour at its core. Modelling is varied though, so it's hard to predict what's next.
It may move to the southwest towards the Queensland coast, but may also move to the southeast instead, away from the Queensland coast.
Either way, it's already creating a powerful swirl, much to the delight of surfers off the Bundaberg coast, used to calm waters.
Very big waves, also choppy. A bit rough today, like a washing machine.
It is a rapidly changing situation. At the moment, it looks like it's moving away from the coast, but we don't want to be complacent.
The SES is urging residents to secure their yards just as a precaution.
We don't want missiles being flown around by strong winds.
Mother Nature is as unpredictable as ever.
Back home in sport, the Dogura Indoor Sports Centre at 6 Mile Port Moresby recently buzzed with energy as over 30 aspiring young athletes from the Wabukori community in the Moresby South electorate gathered to showcase their badminton skills. On Tuesday this week, boys and girls ranging from primary school to upper secondary, as well as local youths, participated in both mixed and doubles events, embracing the excitement of the sport.
Taking charge of the event was Coach Memafu Eddie, a senior player and passionate mentor who has been instrumental in promoting badminton within the Wabukori community. Eddie began his athletic journey in gymnastics in 2008 before transiting to Gymbad, a combination of gymnastics and badminton. He has dedicated his love for badminton into mentorship and community development. Since badminton's introduction to Wabukori 5 years ago, interest in the sport has continued to grow.
So badminton is a very easy sport. It's to do with racket, how you grip the racket, and then how you smash the racket. So it's all to do with the grip. So if you know how to grip the racket, that's it.
Eddie emphasized the accessibility of badminton, explaining that the rules are simple and easy to grasp.
That's the biggest goal we have. We want to bring them up to that level. Everyone wants to get into something, get up there and then represent their country. So badminton is growing at the moment, and I've been telling these kids, maybe this is your chance, maybe your sport to represent your country. So
the fun and inclusive atmosphere generated on the course provided the perfect backdrop for young players to hone their skills. The experience of playing in a proper indoor facility offered by Eddie added to the excitement, making it a truly memorable day for everyone. The primary goal of Eddie and his team is to build a strong player base and foster a lasting interest in badminton within the village. They aspire to establish formal clubs or associations that could pave way for greater opportunities, suggesting to the youth that this might be their chance to represent their community and country in future tournaments. Kila Kila Secondary School student Simon Maralava and female player Eva Maiva expressed their enthusiasm for badminton, highlighting how long they have been playing and what the sport means to them. Their testimonies serve as a testament to the vibrant culture of badminton that Eddie has cultivated in Vabukori.
This organization came and introduced this sport at our village, and I saw that the game was like not many people want to play the sport, so I decided to play, to try new things, try new things in life, and so I started playing, and then I got this interest to play. So I started playing this sport.
I love badminton because it's a good sport for everybody.
To track progress and development, Eddie maintains a database to monitor player statistics and participation rates, which helps in understanding the growth of interest and skill within the community. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Chairman of the Australia Rugby League Commission, Peter V'landys, has dismissed speculations that the NRL's Las Vegas venture is a financial disaster, insisting the American expansion could turn a profit as early as this year. Critics have questioned the cost of taking the NRL season opener to Allegiant Stadium, particularly after the league's 2024 financial report showed a record revenue of $744 million and a $62 million surplus, without revealing the exact price tag for Vegas. But V'landys has hit back at claims the event is draining the league's coffers, insisting it's been a worthwhile investment. In fact, it's cost less than launching a season in previous years. He said last year's event gave them momentum, driving record attendance and viewership throughout the season, and added that they could even turn a profit this year. If not, the loss will be small, unlike past season launches that cost plenty with little impact, V'landys concluded. And that ends the news update. Join us tonight at 6 for the main bulletin.